Good morning and welcome to the morning Devo on this Thursday morning, the 18th of August. Um, Not real sure how long this one might be today, so I might break it in two if I think it's getting too long for us this morning. It's entitled Blind Spots, and he mentions that we all have them. We all have blind spots. There is one fundamental truth that we each need to come to grips with if we want to grow spiritually. Unless we are willing to embrace this truth, any spiritual growth we do experience will be stilted, minimal, and not a fraction of what is actually possible. It may be the first truth of the spiritual life. It is a truth that we need to be constantly reminded of. Others can and will remind us of this truth, but as we grow in wisdom, we learn to remind ourselves. This is the truth. We don't see things as they really are, especially ourselves. We all think we have 20/20 vision in life, but we do not. We don't see things as they really are. Let me give you an example. Do you play golf? Not anymore. If you do, you will understand this example. If you don't, think about a time you watched a recording of yourself. Have you ever had your golf swing recorded? When you got the recording back, did your swing look like what you thought it would? Probably not. How many surprises were there? Probably not just one tiny one. You most likely didn't watch the recording and think, the only problem is I take the club a fraction outside the line on the way back. Other than that, my golf swing is perfect. No. If you examine it, really study it, you will see that you could probably improve your grip, your stance, where the ball sits in your setup, your tempo, your release at the top, the follow through, and many other things. In your mind, you may have thought you had a nice, easy swing like Fred Couples. Well, go back in time there. But the recording doesn't lie, and it quickly dispels that myth. We don't see things as they really are. If you think this is not true, record yourself doing anything. You don't look like what you think you look like. I'll have to go back and watch myself on this. You don't move like you think you move. You don't sound like you think you sound. Here's another example. Get some old photos from perhaps 20 years ago. Did you think you looked like that at that time? Looked younger like that. We don't see things as they really are. You don't see your marriage as it really is. You don't see your parenting as it really is. You don't see your career as it really is. You don't see your personal finances as they really are. You don't see your health as it really is. You don't see your business as it really is. You don't see your children's school as it really is. You don't see your church as it really is. You don't see your life as it really is. If you want to have a mind-altering experience, get 4 or 5 of your close friends together and ask them to tell you about how they see your marriage or your parenting. See if your friendship can survive that. Maybe you're not seeing your friends as you thought they were. For more than 20 years, I've had various spiritual directors, people to coach me spiritually. They have helped me to grapple with the question of life. They have listened to me dream and complain. They have helped me discern that God was calling me, what God was calling me to next. But perhaps most of all, they have helped me to catch glimpses of myself as I really am. Not as I imagine myself to be, not how I pretend to be, but as I really am. Not as I hope people will experience me, but as people actually experience me. When I come to my spiritual coach and share something I am struggling with, half the time I need him to say, Matthew, you're being too hard on yourself. The other half the time I need him to say, Matthew, you're being too easy on yourself. And occasionally I need him to say, you really need to pay attention to this because it could become a real problem. I'm going to stop there. Just think about that. How do others see me and how do I see myself? I guess Jesus painted that picture a little bit when he talked about us having a beam in our eye, but we're trying to get the speck out of somebody else's eye. We're seeing ourselves not properly, and that's dangerous. And I think that's going to be his point. That's dangerous to not be able to see the truth about ourselves. In my own life, so often I've seen it after the fact, unfortunately, right? Um, I had to come to realization that some of my parenting hadn't been the best, and wish we could see it at the moment. I wish life could be like a mirror, and we see it right away. We see that blemish. We see that something out of place in our lives. So, some good thoughts to think about. Get personal. Ask the Holy Spirit, show me some blind spots. Show me some things in my life that I think I'm better at than I really am. Show me some things in my life that I think I'm terrible at that I'm really not. Whatever the case needs to be, we need to get to the bottom of it. Blessings to you today.